If you are manufacturing, importing, selling, distributing or using insecticides or pesticides, get your products and business registered. MindSync will help you in the registration and licensing of your insecticides or pesticides. Contact MindSync today.
Hello and welcome to MindSync. I am Swati from MindSync. MindSync is a professional organization that offers services like compliance, consulting, legal and advisory. Today's topic of discussion will be insecticides or pesticide registration procedure in India. In order to ensure availability of safe and effective pesticide and to minimize risk to living beings, registration of pesticide is important. First, let us know about the regulatory authority for pesticide. Pesticide laws in India are regulated by the Central Insecticides Board and Registration Committee. The CIB RC was founded under the Directorate of Plant Protection, Quarantine and Storage, an agency of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, under Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. It is responsible for advising the center and state governments on technical matters regarding pesticide manufacturing, usage, and safety. Governing law for insecticides in India. The Insecticides Act of 1968 and the Insecticides Rules of 1971 governs the manufacturing, import, sale, distribution, and use of insecticides in India. All insecticides are basically those components listed in the Schedule of the Insecticides Act, 1968. Moving forward, let's have a clear understanding on the term pesticide and insecticides. Pesticide is any natural or synthetic chemical used to control, prevent, kill, suppress or repel fungus, bacteria, insects and plant diseases. A pesticide includes insecticides, herbicides, algicides, fungicides, rodenticides, miticides and molluscicides. Insecticides are defined under Section 3A of the Insecticides Act of 1968. Insecticides are pesticides that are designed to kill insects. Insecticides are generally used to control pests that infects cultivated plants, and to eliminate disease-carrying insects in specific locations. Now, we are going deep into the process of registration of insecticides. There are various types of registration requirements for insecticides, such as, first, is regular or original registration, under Section 9 subsection 3. Second is provisional registration, under Section 9 subsection 3b, and last one is repeat or Me Too registration, under Section 9 subsection 4. Let's discuss each one in details. Insecticides registration under Section 9 subsection 3 is for the manufacturing or import of insecticides. The registration includes technical indigence manufacture, technical import, formulation indigence manufacture, formulation import, biopesticide, and export. The certificate of registration is obtained from CIB RC. Let's now know the meaning of each terms. Technical indigence manufacture means manufacture of technical insecticide in India. Technical import, which includes import of technical insecticide for manufacture of formulated insecticide. Formulation indigence manufacture includes manufacture of formulation from technical insecticide manufactured in India or from imported technical. Formulation import signifies formulations which are to be directly imported to India in finished form for direct marketing. Biopesticide means a naturally occurring or derived substance or an organism that controls pests by non-toxic means. The list of insecticides registered under Section 9 subsection 3 are mentioned here. Some of the examples are methylcyclopropene, betatinol, chlorothalonil, phenxanil, ethephenhydrogen cyanamide, melathin, propanil sulfentrazine, zinc phosphide, and many more, such pesticide. Next is the provisional registration, under Section 9 subsection 3b. Where the insecticide is being introduced for the first time in India, it is registered provisionally for a period of 2 years. It is mainly for generation of scientific data, which is necessary to generate under domestic conditions, for example, bioefficacy and shelf life. It includes first-time introduced, technical import, formulation import, technical indigenous manufacture, formulation indigenous manufacture, and biopesticide. During provisional registration, the distribution or sale of such pesticide shall not be permitted. The next registration for insecticides is repeat or Me Too registration under Section 9 subsection 4. Where certificate of registration under Section 9 subsection 3 has been granted to a person, and any other person not being the holder of the original certificate of registration, and desiring to manufacture or import the same insecticide, shall make an application for registration to the Registration Committee of CIB RC. It includes technical import, formulation import, technical indigenous manufacture, and formulation indigenous manufacture. Let me now give you the complete process in details for obtaining the certificate of registration for an insecticides or pesticide. Any person desiring to manufacture or import any insecticide under regular, provisional, or Me Too registration shall make an application to the Registration Committee of CIB RC. Registration of an insecticides requires central government approval. Separate application shall be made where more than one insecticide is manufactured or imported. The Registration Committee shall scrutinize the application in all respects and may conduct an independent inquiry to verify the information submitted. Taking into consideration factors such as safety, efficacy, necessity, end use, risk involved, and availability of safer alternatives, the Registration Committee shall grant certificate of registration and shall allot a registration number to the manufacturer or importer of such insecticides. Moving ahead, let's now talk about grant of license for an insecticides or pesticide. First is license required to be obtained by the manufacturer of insecticides. After CIB RC approves an insecticides and grants certificate of registration, it must be registered with the state government where it will be manufactured. Manufacturers of insecticides are required to obtain license to manufacture from the licensing officer of the concerned state government. The manufacturer shall meet requirements relating to qualifications, infrastructure, manufacturing premises, storage, and transport. It is mandatory to obtain certificate of registration from central government before applying for manufacturing license. Next is grant of license for sale, stock, exhibit for sale, or distribute insecticide. Any person desiring to only sell, stock, exhibit for sale, or distribute any insecticide shall make application to the licensing officer of the concerned state government for the grant of a license. If any insecticide is proposed to be sold or stocked for sale at more than one place, separate applications shall be made for each such place. The seller must procure insecticide from a valid holder of certificate of registration. Obtaining license to sell is a state subject matter and differs from state to state. Next is grant of license to import insecticides in India. Persons seeking to import insecticides are required to obtain a certificate of registration from the registration committee constituted by central government. In case of import of insecticides, only certificate of registration is required to be obtained. No person shall import any insecticides which is misbranded and whose sale, distribution or use is prohibited under Section 27, or any insecticides not fulfilling conditions specified, or in violation of any other provisions. Next is grant of license to pest control operators in India. Any person who desires to undertake pest control operations with the use of aluminum phosphide, methyl bromide, ethylene dibromide or is notified, shall apply for a license to the state licensing authority. Pest control operators should be at least a graduate in agriculture or in science, with chemistry as a subject. For undertaking fumigation, which is a process of using chemical smoke to kill pests, the pest control operators shall have to obtain special permission from the plant protection advisor, in addition to obtaining license. There is list of notified insecticides which are banned, or refused registration, or restricted use in India. Some of the examples are calcium cyanide, trichloroacetic acid, carbapenem, nicotine sulfate, nickel chloride, lead arsenate, dichlorodiphenyl trichloroethane DDT and many more such insecticides are added by the government from time to time. If you required any support on insecticides or pesticide registration, or grant of license, contact MindSync. We will be happy to help you. Stay tuned for our next video on fertilizer registration procedure. Thank you.